It's going to do a lot for her confidence. Kelsey Plum has another record.
Maybe 2 of the best basketball. It's fantastic that Kelsey will soon switch teams. The WNBA community is a hive of activity. Regarding Kelsey Plum, a standout with the Las Vegas Aces. Considering joining a different team in the interim. Kelsey, the Indiana Fever's scoring machine. Mitchell may also be involved in these significant. These actions have the potential to upset both. This narrative has fans in a big way, perched on their seats' edges, pondering these gifted people's future. Players with the ability to illuminate the scoreboard. Whenever they take the court, the big. Will these elite guards ultimately, wearing various jerseys when the season begins?
So it looked like Kelsey Mitchell might have played her last game in Indiana. Guys, for this one here.
Kelsey Plum has emerged as a key component of the contribution from the Las Vegas Aces. Important to both of them WNBA championships as one of the. She is protected by the league's most dynamic. Presence is crucial on the court, and the team acknowledges that the Aces have recently made a firm move to protect her future with the franchise, with the assignment of her as a key participant in this choice, while strategy for keeping top players has significant ramifications, not just for Plum, but for the whole.
Being quick on your feet isn't just for balling, it's also for business.
LegalZoom and the NBA are giving away $3 million.
League by positioning Plum as a key member of the Aces got her a 1-year Supermax contract. Contract value. This decision guarantees that she cannot afford $249,250. Neg bargain with other groups throughout the forthcoming phase of free agency that gives the Aces have complete authority over her contract. This is a smart move for the team. Choice to retain one of the NBA's best players on their roster. But it's crucial to remember that not all designations are indicative of long-term security. Key participants frequently
In grant and services.
Apply now to get your $10,000 grant before the clock runs out.
Got to take the shot to make the shot.
Convey a wish for adaptability, and the changing trading dynamics of the NBA indicate that even those who are confined to Supermax contracts may look for new prospects if the conditions are favorable, even though said conjecture has already started regarding the potential for Plum to investigate trade a well-known brand in this. The Golden State is the topic of discussion. One of the most recent expansions is Valkyries. WNBA teams, for a number of reasons, make this possible relocation interesting for. To begin, Kelsey Plum is from California, returning to her hometown state. That is a perfect match for the Golden State.
Are you ready to up your game? LegalZoom and the NBA are giving away $3 million to small business owners like you.
Business is like balling. It's a team effort.
In their placement, Valkyries are a formidable opponent in their first season, and purchasing one of Plum's caliber might offer them a substantial enhance the intrigue, which is the Natalie Nakas's presence as the Nas, Valkyries head coach, who formerly served as an assistant to the Aces. Plum and the coach have a close relationship, which can make the notion of getting back together really alluring, but a possible exchange with Plum would be the intricate structure of the Aces roster around a championship victory core, and exchanging a vital player such as Plum would necessitate giving significant thought to the resources they might be able to get back. A sign-and-trade agreement, which is typical WNBA practice, might be the answer. Plum would be able to relocate to a new squad, making certain that the Aces are paid with priceless draft selections or players to continue being competitive. At the same time, it's critical to examine Plum's viewpoint in this circumstance as a player who has accomplished, considering how much she could appreciate the Aces' stability and the opportunity.
LegalZoom is on your team.
A record-breaking grant program for small business owners. Think a $10,000 grant can help you grow your business?
Buy inventory, cover staffing needs, whatever you want, it's yours.
Opportunity to go on. expanding her Las Vegas legacy. However, the allure of going back to her Californian heritage, mixed with the possibility of becoming a franchise, the Valkyries' focal point can be. It's hard to avoid the rumors. Although unverified, it has already stirred substantial conversation between fans, and analysts agree with the choice to center Plum. Shows how valuable she is, but it also draws attention to the player's changing nature. The WNBA's team dynamics as it stops her from investigating for a while. Free agency, but it doesn't mean the potential for a trade, particularly if, for the time being, both parties discover mutual benefits. Plum's predicament continues to be among the most carefully followed plots as the league is ready for another exciting season. If she finds the aces or stays with them, her influence on the WNBA in a new location will certainly continue to be profound.
Apply now.
Mitchell Kelsey has been an important aspect of the Indiana Fever since being chosen as the second overall selection in the WNBA draft of 2018. Standing in Mitchell's at 5 feet 8 inches, outstanding capacity to score goals, and the role of leadership has been crucial in the performance of the team over the years. In the 2024 season was a career high for her. Scores 19.2 points on average per game, while making a remarkable 46.8% field goal from 40.2% from beyond the arc and the field. Mitchell was at the peak of his offensive abilities. Exhibit all season long, she led the team in scoring on a regular basis, proving her performance skills under duress and up against elite protects her shooting effectiveness, especially from a three-point range, posed a continual threat to her and revealed prospects for her comrades outside of. Mitchell added 2.5 points to her score, 1.8 assists and rebounds each game, demonstrating her adaptability and
Their role, especially if it's going to be as a primary defender, is important. Mitchell, a three, is good! Off the foul!
dedication to every aspect of the game. The 2024 season was especially difficult regarding Mitchell personally, and she had the devastating loss in March of Mark Mitchell, her father. In spite of this severe personal tragedy, Mitchell demonstrated exceptional fortitude, keeping up her leadership of her team with perseverance and grace. She subsequently thought about and described this time period as one of her most difficult seasons ever had. Both basketball and Mitchell's leadership in life was further demonstrated by her collaboration with Caitlin Clark, a rookie phenomenon. They joined forces to establish one of the league's most active backcourts, driving the Fever to a noteworthy recovery there. There was a noticeable synergy on the court, with both athletes praising one another's strengths that result in a notable. The team's performance has improved in acknowledgement of her efforts and as evidence of her worth to the team. Mitchell agreed to a 3-year renewal of the deal with the Indiana June Fever. The agreement is worth $618,000 in 2024, highlighted the group's dedication to establishing a vibrant and competitive roster centered on her extraordinary abilities. Mitchell's influence on the Fever is not limited to. In addition to her statistical achievements, professionalism, work ethic, and commitment has established a benchmark for her co-workers, cultivating a culture of responsibility and excellence in the organization while the illness persisted in construct for future prosperity. Mitchell's role as the main scorer and leader choice will surely continue to be central to the goals of the team. Kelsey. The part Mitchell plays for the Indiana Fever is that of a crucial participant whose goals, capacity for resilience, and leadership had a crucial role in the group's performance throughout her 2024 journey. A time of personal loss and her professional accomplishments demonstrate her steadfast dedication to the game and her group when the Fever approaches. The presence of Mitchell will remain a motivating factor in their quest for. Kelsey Mitchell's WNBA success has been an important component of the Indiana. The resurgence of fever complementing the joy that rookie Caitlin brought. Clark, with her steadfast guidance and steady performance, but Clark has garnered a lot of interest in Mitchell's. Both on and off the court, efforts have been equally important to the team's success. Mitchell offers a superb offensive. Clark's dynamic playmaking is balanced. Her capacity to score while under pressure, either by making clutch three-pointers or making her own shots, compels opponents to disseminate their protection by developing chances for the whole group. Mitchell establishes the tone defensively with. Her intensity frequently acts as the initial line of defense against the opposition. Protects her dedication on both sides of. She is now essential because of the floor. Mitchell's leadership is evident beyond the numbers. Shines as an experienced person who has assumed the function of mentoring younger athletes, such as Clark's assistance in adjusting to the league's demands while upholding her own superiority. Performance, her diligence, and a culture of professionalism has been established, of responsibility and cooperation within. The team as a whole is being boosted by the fever. Caitlin Clark's chemistry could be the. Mitchell's study is the new face of the fever. Important and crucial contributions have been made by the foundation of their comeback. Her versatility and experience make her a primary cause of the team's change. Become a formidable force in the WNBA's competition. Potential exchange between Kelsey and Plum of the Las Vegas Aces. The Indiana Fever's Mitchell has generated a lot of conversation among WNBA fans, and analysts believe that such a move may drastically change the dynamics and both teams' performances. Kelsey Plum, a WNBA champion 3 times and twice All-Star, has played a key role in the Aces the 2024 season with success. 17.8 points and 4.2 assists on average per game, demonstrating her ability to score goals and playmaking abilities in spite of her contributions. There is conjecture that the Aces may think about sending Plum to rearrange their personnel in light of their, however, a recent playoff exit. One pillar has been Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever in Indiana since being. She was selected in 2018 and led the squad in scoring average during the 2024 season. Has been scoring 19.2 points per game. Crucial to the team's recent comeback. Mitchell's scoring and leadership abilities have made her a priceless. A trade that involves an asset to the Fever. These two athletes could provide a number of possible advantages for the Fever. Purchasing Plum would require the addition of a demonstrated victor with a title. Plum's experience to their roster. Capacity to function under high pressure. Circumstances that could offer the experienced presence required to direct the groups. Young artists like Caitlin Clark. Moreover, Aaliyah Boston Plum's playmaking and scoring skills could complement the dynamic style of Clark, forming a strong backcourt tandem for. Mitchell might be brought in by the Aces. Provide fresh vitality to their lineup. Mitchell's ability to score AB and versatility might be easily incorporated into the Aces system, could potentially improve. Additionally, their offensive skills. Mitchell's desire for achievement and leadership traits could fit in nicely with the Aces' hopes of winning the championship. But such a deal would also come with. Both players have substantial issues. Connections to their present fan bases and clubs. Bases, and a move might interfere with current. The Aces' team cohesion would need to think about how Mitchell plays. Fits in with their existing roster. However, the Fever would need to evaluate how Plum's presence affects the growth of their new stars throughout. A Kelsey Plum and Kelsey concept. The Mitchell transaction is interesting and might alter both of their dynamics. The Indiana Fever and the Las Vegas Aces. It would need to be carefully thought out of the advantages and difficulties involved. Both groups would have to assess how this action is in line with their long-term objectives, and the effects they would have on team dynamics and performance. Kelsey Mitchell's viewpoint on the potential exchange between her and it makes sense that Kelsey Plum is complicated as an integral member of the Indiana. Since 2018, Fever has established a solid bond with the team's supporters. Throughout the city, she has served as the spokesperson for the franchise during its peaks and valleys, leading the group in both playing and scoring, a crucial part in its recent rebirth. Nevertheless, trade speculation presents uncertainties that might considerably influence her future by having a Fever for a trade to a team such as the Las Vegas Aces may pose both difficulties and prospects. On the one hand, shifting to a consistent contender for the championship would provide her an opportunity to participate in something she hasn't done at the highest level, continuously encountered throughout her time. Aces have been one of the symptoms of the Fever, the most successful teams in the NBA in recent years. Plus Mitchell's points, leadership, and skill to their roster could strengthen their claim even further. Aspirations: this might be an engaging draw. Mitchell, who hasn't won yet the WNBA championship, however, stepping out of the Fever would require departing from a group that she has been crucial to regaining leadership and mentor. Mitchell has been instrumental in fostering the growth of younger athletes, similar to Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. Her exit might cause the team's chemistry and advancement, and it's probably that doing so would be a profoundly emotional choice she made for a player who has come to be associated with the identification of Fever. Changing to a new squad would need a substantial modification, both in a personal and professional capacity. Mitchell should also take into account how a deal could change her position in. She is the team's preferred scorer in Indiana and leader, a role she has accepted. Excellence joining a group such as the Aces, nevertheless, would probably involve sharing the limelight with other well-known celebrities like Aya Wilson and Jackie Young, even though this would require considerable pressure off her, which could also indicate changing to a role that complements something that would necessitate changing her strategy for the game from a wider viewpoint. Mitchell's participation in trade discussions demonstrate her worth within the league, which is evidence of her skill and the regard she receives among executives and coaches, yet it also emphasizes the commercial component of in professional sports, even the greatest devoted gamers may find themselves included in of talks intended to restructure the team. Dynamics for the current trade talks stay uncertain and speculative. If such a step would actually accomplishment, but for Mitchell the potential to be traded is a reminder of the unpredictability of the significance of remaining in the WNBA, ready to handle any situation. As both a Mitchell is a leader and a player, continuously proved her capacity to qualities that will help you adapt and thrive. Serve her well, regardless of where Caitlin's job leads her. The season that Clark made his debut with the Indiana, the Fever has been nothing but outstandingly important contribution to the group's enhanced output and contending for the playoffs. Chosen as the first overall selection in the 2024 WNBA draft, swiftly selected Clark positioned herself as a powerful force on the court all season long. Clark averaged 8.4 assists and 19.2 points, as well as 5.7 rebounds per game, demonstrating her adaptability and impact-making capacity. Several aspects of the game: her outstanding abilities in playmaking not only improved her performance, but also increased her efficacy. Co-workers creating a stronger bond. Dynamic and forceful offensive unit. The influence of Clark was apparent in a number of record-breaking accomplishments. She established a new record for WNBA single-season assists. 337 assists were more than the previous. Mark has been in charge since 1998, and she became the league's first rookie history to document several triple-doubles during a season, emphasizing her presence, and all-around ability on the group furthermore translated into great achievement for the Fever team. Set a record in 2020, indicating their obtained the greatest performance since 2016. A post-season birth for Clark's leadership and a spirit of competition were crucial to this recovery.